Hey, you're listening to Don't Lie to Your Life Coach podcast with Kim Arrington. I'm Kim Arrington. I'm a life coach, a weight loss coach, an author, and a badass passionate about helping you connect back to your most authentic self. Join me here each week so I can coach you on how to think all those juicy thoughts that get you feeling your absolute best and taking some big ass action. Coaching has changed my life, and it can change your life too. I'm here to give you real life solutions to create a life you'll love. Because the truth is, boo, you ain't just got problems, you got options. Hey. So, not today. One of these days, I'm going to take that Kim Arrington off the screen so you can't see it. If you're on the podcast, you don't know the Kim Arrington's on the screen. Hey, if you want to have your own podcast, the easiest way to do it is to open up your Zoom app. If you want to buy a microphone, buy a microphone. If you want to have a camera, I don't even have my camera on or my ring light on because I'm in between clients and I wanted to drop in because I promised you all that I was going to talk to you about what it's like to have a coaching session. And today was a great day for that to happen because my client was reminding me what it's like to have a coaching session. So anyway, so you decide you want a life coach. You decide that you've done the therapist route, or you have a therapist and you want a life coach, or you've decided that, you heard good things about life coach, you want to try it, right? Life coaching. So I can't speak on everyone's session, but if you work with me, the first thing I kind of do is have a conversation with you to kind of get a lay of the land to see, what issues are coming up, what successes you're having, all those things. And then we kind of script together a 90-day plan of goals, things to be worked on. And I offer really two packages. You can work with me for 90 days or you can work with me for the year. It becomes, most people start with 90 days unless there are, bigger issues and they think a year will be better. Obviously, the more that you buy, the more cost effective the savings are. And if you want to know about that, kimarrington.com is going to be the place that's going to let you know if I'm on a wait list. If I am on a wait list, which I often am, just sign up. And when I'm available, I'll let you know, or many things could happen. But anyway, but really what came up today, and really the reason I was like, I need to record this podcast in between sessions, is this idea. And this comes up in almost every session that I have, initially and continually throughout the process, which is, can I take care of myself and others at the same time? And usually it comes up because a person is trying very, very hard. I wanted to say hardly, very hard to take care of another person. And I wish I could tell you it was kids all the time, all the time. Generally, it is an adult trying to take care of another adult or adults. And they're feeling this tension. Because if I were to answer that question, can you take care of another adult, emotionally, physically, financially, spiritually, and yourself at the same time? What do y'all think the answer is? No. If you have a little one, can you exclusively take care of them financially, socially, emotionally, physically? The answer is no. Can you take care of yourself? And can you, in taking care of yourself, make a decision about who your inner circle is and who gets your time and your energy? Now, one caveat built in for kids, because if y'all try to come for me, did she say I can't take care of me and my kid at the same time? Yeah, you can take care of a toddler, you can take care of an infant, but as a kid gets to 3 and 4, my kid was loving learning how to make up his bed. He was loving, I never made lunches. I supervised when 75 juice boxes tried to get put in the lunch and said, you know, that's not going to happen. What about your juice boxes for the next day? So many of us, my favorite thing to say is this could definitely be another podcast episode. So many of us have decided how to take care of our kids, and our kids don't need that. We are often trying to make up for a past where we felt like we were not cared for. Yeah. It's a big question to ask yourself. When I have a client who's angry and upset and feels like they can't mother anymore, I start to throw out some things to them and ask, why are they making their kids lunch? Why are they feeling like they had to sit for hours and do homework? Why? Do you have some money to throw at the situation? You threw some money at coaching. You got some money to throw at this. Like, part of our ability to enjoy ourselves is if we feel like we are the vessel with a mothership that is making all the other ships go. So no, you can guide your kids. You can provide a roof that, goes over their head. You can teach them how to care for themselves and do all these things. But at the same time, your kid has their own will, their own nervous system, their own processing. And if you make your self-esteem based off of their accolades, what they don't do, the trouble they get into, then you aren't taking care of them, and you're also not taking care of you either. It's a double-edged sword with humanity. We care about these people. Hey, we even make some of these people, and we still have to prioritize our own care. Yes. So now I'm going to play devil's advocate. Can you find the blend of life where you care for yourself and where you give care and guidance to others? Absolutely. You can find that. But, and it's the most cliche, the oldest adage we hear all the time when we get on the plane: make sure you put your oxygen mask on first. Yeah. So it's this idea that so many women carry with themselves. It's like they decide, and I will also say all communities care with themselves, but I'm just going to speak first as a woman, and all the patriarchal bullshit that's put on women to be, to work, to come home and work even more. Yeah. So if you think about it, part of the problem that women get into, part of the reason why people come and see me, and I'll even say yesterday in a session, at the end of the session, my client says to me, so I got a thing to ask you about. And I'm like, okay. Like, I physically need an hour to myself, but my kids knock on the bathroom door and my husband interrupts me, and I literally said to her, it's time for you to train those kids up in what it means for you to get me time and what it will ultimately mean for them to get me time. Like, my children, stepkids, knew that I was having me time, and I needed a lot of it to be able to come and be present with them. And when I didn't have it, I was not easy to be around. I wasn't easy for me to be around, let alone like I felt they could feel kind of my tension of not having taken care of myself. So my suggestion to her was, you are going to have a conversation with them. But first, you're going to have a conversation with your husband, and you're going to say to him, hey, I need these things. And I would love, you're going to make a request. I would love for you to be on board. We either have a conversation with the kids where you reinforce it, or later you come back and say it so we look like a team, that I need this hour a day. Okay. Then I said, you're going to sit down and you're going to talk to the kids, and you're going to say, hey, I'm going to take this time. It helps me to, she's going to be going back to school, so she'll be able to do her work, just to be with herself. And then I can come and be present with you all. And we can also pattern behavior to our kids. So you can say, maybe during the day, you'll pick a time where you're like, I need 30 minutes of me time. Like I used to say that to my kids. They did not have to come right home right away and start homework. They'd have a snack, and then I'd be like, hey, you need some you time? Go ahead and take it. They take it, and then they'd be ready for homework or whatever else. Occasionally that didn't happen, but overall, that was me patterning to them. They needed me time. And occasionally, my son would say, hey, I'm just going to take some time for me. And I'd be like, cool, great. I get that. Now, when they had all their time and then they wanted more me time, which actually my kids did not abuse, right? Was that a thing? No, I could also set boundaries. Hey, after this me time, this needs to be done and this needs to be done. And they were like, I was like, I feel like it's a good arrangement for you to get your time. You're getting your time in advance, but then we're going to go back to you actually, doing your thing. So that's what I'm saying. What I want y'all to think about right now are some ways for you to get free. This morning, you guys hear so much about my movement journey, but my movement journey, meaning how I move, has helped me to get free. And what I mean by that is, like, for instance, I live in the South. It is summer. I don't know when you're going to listen to this, but it's summer in the South. It is June the 2nd. It is hot as balls outside. I'm talking basketballs. Okay. It's hot. And someone just said hot as balls the other day, and I just thought it was hilarious. Okay. So right now, let me look at my phone. I'm going to tell y'all what degrees it is. And my listeners in Texas are going to be like, hold my beer. It's not, it's nothing. It's humid heat here in North Carolina. So it's 92 degrees. It's 92 degrees outside. I physically live in a neighborhood that gets a ton of sun. I cannot walk outside during this time. So I wake up at 5:30. I'm out the door by 6:15 or 6:30, whether I'm running, whether I'm walking, and I'm outside for about 45 minutes to an hour. This morning, it was beautiful. It was 70 some degrees. The sun was not out. Usually the sun is out by that time. And I was literally walking around the neighborhood thinking, like, this is how I get free. I got free because I could do this later in the winter and in the fall, and in the spring. It's really hitting towards summer now. It ain't summer yet, but I know that June, July, August, and part of September, I will have to get up earlier. And then October, I'll be so happy because it'll be cool again. In November, December, I love cool weather to exercise in outside. But here's my compromise. Me walking that neighborhood helps me to get free. When I am free, I can show up for you all. Well, first of all, no, I can show up for me. I can show up for you all. I can show up for clients. I can show up for my family, friends, when I want to, because I don't always want to show up. Sometimes y'all got to show up for yourself. You got to get a rain check from me, which is another way for me to have a boundary and take care of myself. And I recommend that for you. So what I want you to do is, not if you're driving, you could pause, you can talk to your phone, you can do whatever. I want you to think about a list of how you get free. And it can't do with anyone else. The only exception is if it's body work or something like that. So like yesterday, I got Robin, I love you, girl. I told Robin after my massage yesterday, I was like, you have never given anyone a better massage than this. And she just laughed. So my body work, my massage was me getting free. Me getting a facial is me getting free. I love clothes, y'all. Me putting on a pretty dress and me buying a dress, I get free. Me having money that I made put into my savings account, I get free. So like, how do you get free? Me about to take samba lessons is how I get free. Me traveling, I got to go see Basquiat in New York. That's me getting free. What is your way of getting free? Like, it's a decision you make and you put action to it, and then you get free. That's what I want you to do. I want you to come up with 3 to 5 ways for you getting free, because when you have this little list of how you get free, then you are basically putting in the ingredients to you feeling connected to yourself. I'm looking at the time because my client's coming up. You getting connected to yourself. It's that easy. And then you have to put action behind this. Now, some of my clients get free means that they're ready to transition out of a relationship or out of a job or out of a career or to a new place in the country or out of the country. Now, I could tell y'all my long range. So that's short range, you get free. Me moving every day, that's how I get free. Now, I did not work out yesterday, but I did walk. Did I walk yesterday? I think I walked my ass in the grocery store yesterday. That's all I did. That was my walking, but that counted, right? I can't remember. Yesterday seems far away, but like, that's my short-term getting free that has long-term results. Moving, not overeating, telling people when I feel like we've had a riff, trying to work on reconciliation. If I want to, I don't have to reconcile with everybody. I don't have to tell everybody who pisses me off that I've had a riff. Sometimes I give them the, benefit of the doubt. Sometimes I realize that it's not a relationship that I'm invested enough to want to do that work. That also counts. You all the same way. But let's talk about long-term get free. My long-term get free is for at least 1 year of my life, I want to live out of this country. And I believe I want to live in London, England. Okay. Now, that's my long-term get free. One of my long-term get frees was going to Muir Woods and seeing the sequoias or the redwood trees. That was me getting free. I'm just trying to think of some other things. Oh, a sabbatical. I'm taking a year off, and probably 2025, 2026, somewhere between. That's my get free. So there are these things that help us to be connected to ourselves. And when we do them, when our cup, y'all know it, I'm gonna say it, when your cup is full and it's overflowing, then you can decide, I want to help at the kids' bake sale at school. I can go on a walk with my son. I can, connect intimately with my partner. So the question is, can I take care of myself? Yes. Yes. Can I take care of others? Probably not. Can I guide? Can I show I care? Can I show up? Yes. I can take care of me. You can take care of you, and then you can show up if you choose to. You can guide if you choose to, but taking care, if it's not an infant, a toddler, if it's not a child, at certain age, your care, yes, you're providing food and a roof for these kids and clothes, but you're guiding, you're helping to create people who have their own feelings, beliefs, authentic selves, and you're looking at that and you're nurturing that. You're helping to guide. You're saying, hey, have you thought of this? Have you thought of that? Hey, there's a rock over there. Be careful. Or climb on that rock, explore, turn that rock over and look at it. So that's the thing. Y'all got to stop feeling like you got to take care of everybody else, nurture everybody else, love everybody else, and you're at the end of the line. Now, fuck that. You are the line. You are the beginning of the line. And if you do that, so many people who come to me for coaching, Just that shift. And you might need help. And I'm your chick if you need help with that. I do it better than anybody else. If we are put in the same energy field and I'm supposed to work with you, honey, you're going to get the guiding of your life. It's going to be a guiding light. Remember that soap opera, Guiding Light? Okay. So Reva, you remember that? Reva, Shane? Was it? No, Shane. Was it Shane? Was Shane on Days of Our Lives? Am I messing that up? I think I'm messing up. I think Reva was Guiding Light. Anyway, you'll tell me in the comments. Here's the point. You got it wrong. You got it wrong. I know a person who was a caretaker for their parents. And I'm actually glad I'm saying this, because there is a point in your life where you are probably going, if your parents live long enough, you are going to be a caretaker. And there's certain things, negotiations and things you'll have to work out. And that's kind of a special category. I am going to do a whole podcast on caretaking because that's a big thing that hits so many of us in midlife. So let's just say I know someone who made the choice to prioritize their mother's care. Their mother was very difficult. They still did it, and it was hard for them. And they had an uphill battle, and it was difficult. But the person made a choice to do that. They made a choice to get support in that journey. And I think that even though the journey was hard, they still found, this particular woman still found ways to care for herself. And she also was able to see ways that she wasn't caring for herself when she was dealing with that difficult relationship with her mother. Now, there are times, y'all, the people we like and love, but there are times not all of us have wonderful, amazing relationships with our parents. And I'm going to say something that's going to be shocking to you all. Not all of us are probably designed to take care of our parents. Some of our parents, y'all ain't going to like me to say that. I think you get to have a choice. You get to have a choice. If I can't take care of my mom in a way that is conducive for both of us, there may be a professional who can, and I may oversee that care, or another sibling may oversee that care, or I may be a sounding board, or I may contribute financially if I choose to. But the truth is that some of us have very difficult relationships with our parents. We have been physically abused, maybe even sexually abused, and we choose not to continue a relationship with our parents. And I'm going to say something. Y'all may not like it. That's okay. We can reconcile with our parents if we want. We cannot reconcile with our parents. It can be complicated. You can hire a coach who can help you work through those things. But the more important thing is reconciling with our feelings, our thoughts, and our beliefs about that particular parent. That is getting in line for yourself. That is taking care of yourself. Okay, I gotta go. I got a client. So at the end of the day, we're a work in progress, but I want you to think about, so I gave you the assignment. Your get free, your short-term get free. What can I do right now that's easy? That's like maybe 3 to 5 things that I can add into my life. Put it on your phone or somewhere you can look at it when you're like, let me go to my get free list. And your long range get free, dreams, desires, things you want to do that will help you experience yourself, to get to know yourself, to see your most authentic self. All right, y'all, have a good one. See you next week.
Are you feeling what you just heard? Good, good. Repeat after me. You don't have to figure it out on your own again anymore. I'm here to help. Head over to KimArrington.com and download my free video series dedicated to getting you feeling your best right now. Look around, there's some good stuff waiting on you. Got questions? Well, we're always talking on the socials, So find me on YouTube, Insta, and the book. Don't be shy, y'all. Go listen to another episode or join me here the same time next week. Finally, don't keep good shit to yourself. Share this with a homie that could use some help too. Remember, we're not lying to ourselves anymore. We're not lying to our doctors. And you damn sure don't lie to your life coach.